It's Freestyle Friday.
Coming in hot with quick shots of inspiration on a variety of topics.
Happy Friday. Hope you're having a magnificent day. Sandy and Wade tuning in, checking in with you. Excited to be here. We just wrapped up our money series. The very last episode was with the CEO of Spartan Invest, Lindsay Davis, on how to break into real estate investing, how to do it in a simple way, do it where it doesn't require a ton of capital, and it's a turnkey business model, a turnkey rental real estate business model. It's what we've done. It's how we've gotten into rental real estate. It's how we've started investing in it. I'd highly encourage you, go back and listen to it. Even if you think, I'm not going to get into real estate investing, really, really good education and knowledge in the last episode. So go back to that. And if you want to check out further, we're actually going to drop a link in the show notes where you can connect with Spartan Invest and start to learn how it could fit into your life. But enough of that. We're going to move on to kind of the next series, the next topics. We're going to go more spiritual. And Sandy has a great excerpt today.
So I'm super excited to read this to you. There's an incredible book that our dear friend Ashley Stanfield told us about. It's called Chop Wood, Carry Water. It's by Joshua Medcalf. And this book is a very short, easy read. It's a little over 100 pages. And the whole premise of the story, it's a very powerful story of a boy's journey to achieving his lifelong goal of becoming a samurai warrior. And so if you're a parent and you have little kids, I think this is a great read to share with your children. It's a very simple read. You honestly probably could read it in a day or two. Big font, spaced out, but I love the story and I love the lessons in it. So chapter 20 is called Bamboo, and I'm going to read you a part of it that is so powerful and that I always come back to whenever I'm having a hard day or just feeling some of the things that sometimes come with entrepreneurship or just being a leader or just feeling like you're working so hard for something and you're like, when is it going to come? So I want to share this. So Akira says, has anyone ever told you the story of bamboo, John? He pointed to the towering grove of bamboo trees with their thick green trunks and whispering leaves. John shook his head. No, sir. Well, then you are in for a treat. Akira grinned and went on. You see, many people love bamboo. They love the bamboo trees, they love the bamboo wood, but very few people understand the process of growing bamboo. You dig up the soil and make sure it's good soil, and then you plant the bamboo seed. You then must faithfully water it every day. After 3 months, guess what starts to happen? John said excitedly, the bamboo tree starts to sprout up from the ground? Nothing. You see absolutely nothing. You keep watering it, but you continue to see nothing happening for 1 year, then 2 years, then 3. Do you know what happens after 3 years, John? John replied more tentatively this time. The bamboo tree starts to sprout up out of the ground? Nothing. You see absolutely nothing. John shook his head. I don't understand. What you don't see happening is what is taking place beneath the surface. Beneath the surface, a massive, dense foundation of roots is spreading out all through the ground to prepare for the rapid growth that the bamboo will experience. So you keep watering it, and eventually, after 5 years of seeing nothing at all happening above the surface, the bamboo tree sprouts up to over 90 feet tall in just 6 weeks. You see, John, most people want the 90-foot tall bamboo tree without the 5 years of the process. They want the bamboo to grow to 90 feet tall in 6 weeks. But without the 5 years of invisible growth, the bamboo wouldn't have a solid foundation, and it could never sustain the massive and rapid growth that occurs. This is why you see people who achieve massive levels of success end up broke, homeless, and divorced. Did you know that around 75% of NFL players and around 65% of NBA players end up bankrupt, homeless, and divorced? Shaken, John shook his head no. Do you remember when I told you that the majority of people who win the lottery end up worse off financially than they were before winning the lottery just 5 years down the road? John nodded. Of course he remembered. John, chopping wood and carrying water is the price of admission for the opportunity to reach sustained excellence. Like the roots of a bamboo tree, it is a long and arduous process of invisible growth where you're building the foundation that is necessary to sustain success. For many years, it might feel as if nothing is happening, but you must trust the process and continue to chop wood and carry water day in and day out, regardless of what is happening around you. There will be distractions. There will be people who tell you that you are stupid or crazy for doing it. There will be people who try and lure you off the path with quick fixes and get-rich-quick schemes. But you must be wise and stay the path and continue to build your foundation by chopping wood and carrying water every day. Greatness isn't sexy, John. It is dirty, hard work that is often very boring. You have a bright future, but you must walk a dark and often lonely path. And never forget, I know, interrupted John. No matter what happens, I must chop wood, carry water. Akira couldn't help but grin. You have learned so much, but you still have much to learn. How amazing is that lesson?
Wow. I feel like I could listen to you read all day. Like you should be an audible narrator, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, writing a book is on my bucket list.
All right.
So stay tuned, folks. But I love this story.
Yeah. What does that mean to you? Like, what do you take from that?
Honestly,
story?
It reminds me so much of my own life. Like, I just look at my life a few years ago versus now, and I was building the foundation. I was watering the soil, and people thought I was crazy. And I had so many naysayers and people just being like, just choose the safe thing. Why can't you just find a corporate stable 9 to 5? Like, why can't you just settle down and do what normal people do? Like, that was how I felt, but people didn't see the foundation I was building. And it feels very lonely sometimes. It feels very confusing. And it's like you have this passion and this fire to make a difference and do big things, and you don't know how, but you just trust the process and you just keep doing it. And it's like that compounding effect, like we talked about on the last Freestyle Friday episode of just like keep doing it little by little, and how it ultimately multiplies and becomes something so grand.
Yeah, it's such an amazing story because it really just defines and outlines what it takes to be successful in anything, right? In any business venture, relationship, in your health, and anything. You have to chop wood and carry water. And often from the outside, people see that band with the smash radio hit and they're like, oh my gosh, like, oh, one hit wonder. But they didn't see them playing in garages and on gigs and being broke for years and working at it and chopping wood and carrying water. And I want to empower people too. Oftentimes when you look around and it feels like nothing is happening, but you're taking the steps and you're doing the work, when nothing is happening, everything is happening. Because even maybe from an outside perspective, maybe it looks like nothing is happening, but you're growing roots. You're working on yourself. You're doing the things, you're doing you're growing in the person that you need to be to deserve and to earn that success. Because when success is just granted to you, one of our favorites, Jim Rohn, he said, your level of success or your riches will seldom outdo your level of personal development. If you just get handed success or riches, but you aren't the type of person that has earned or deserves it, it's not going to last. So I love that, like, ground your roots and know that it takes time and know that your bamboo tree is coming. There's going to be that 90-day sprout of abundance in your life, but it might take a year or 2 years or 5 years of really grounding in it, of becoming a master of whatever you do, of becoming excellent in whatever you do, and grounding down your roots before you have that 90-day growth spurt.
It's 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
So it's 90 feet in 6 weeks.
90 feet in 6 weeks. Okay.
Gotta check Wade sometimes,
Gotta check
guys.
me.
But anyway, yes, I love this book. I love this story. And I hope this leaves you so inspired, because I know when I first heard this, I thought, holy moly, this is so relatable. This is my life. Like, this is how I feel. And so hope you're feeling inspired. Wishing you a beautiful Friday. And thank you for tuning in today.
Yes, thank you. And don't forget, if you're getting value out of this podcast, one, we love connecting with you guys. Thank you for tagging us, for sharing on Instagram. Share it with a friend. And we would love it if you could rate it on Apple Podcasts, review, subscribe. That helps us out a lot. And we appreciate you guys. We appreciate this community and coming and connecting with you guys every week. We're looking forward to next week and the coming episodes where we're gonna get deep. Next week, we have Aaron Alexander. That was an amazing conversation we had with him. We're super excited for that. But until then, have a great weekend. Only those that can see the invisible can do the impossible.
So remember, you are magnetic.